Good afternoon, everybody. Cindy Lovell, Town Council Administrator. This is June 28th at 4 p.m. in the Selectmen's Conference Room, and this is the committee to review and assess zoning and review the town's use of regulatory agreements. I'll start off with roll call. Councilors: Mendez,
Here.
Levesque,
Here.
Crowe,
Yes.
Turkelson, here, Bloom,
Here.
and then the members that are residents in the town of Barnstable and registered voters: Catherine Leduc,
Here.
Bob Schulte,
Here.
Ken Ellsman.
Here.
And I just have to inform the committee that the last, when Mr. Kuhn was appointed, he sent a resignation in because his work schedule changed and he can only meet on Saturdays. So he felt that that was obviously not a good thing for the committee, so he decided to step down. The appointments committee will be interviewing, or not interviewing, but looking at the applications of those that submitted before and put another member on the committee before too long. This meeting is being recorded and will be rebroadcast on the Town of Barnstable Government Access Channel in accordance with Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20. I must inquire whether anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, to please make your presence known. This meeting will replay via Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It can also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live video on demand archives on the Town of Barnstable website. At this time, I will take nominations for chair.
I've shown a tremendous amount of interest. Most of you have seen me at the town council meetings, various activities throughout the town. So very interested in serving in this function, and your pleasure. Thank you. Sounds good to me.
Hey,
No, yeah, I put together my own budget before the meeting, so.
My God.
Can we all get a copy of that?
Yes, it's scary. Yeah, you
Councilor Levesque.
Sure, and I hate, and again, this is, I don't think it's very. It's hard for me to say, but I just have to be honest and say I do have some concerns about your leadership of this committee, just the way I've seen you treat people, even your emails in regards to accusing Cynthia Lovell of hijacking the ad hoc committee process, and different emails that have been sent. Different emails that you've sent to counselors over time, the appointments committee, kind of berating them and just being rude about that. Personal experience that I've had meeting with you privately, when you've used foul language towards my direction. John Crowe was there at the time. And I understand that you're a professional individual, you do your homework. I'm not saying you're not qualified, but I do have concerns about being fair and about making sure that this process is about getting it right and not being right. So because I have that personal feeling, I will be abstaining from any vote in regards to that, but that is why. And maybe I need to get over that.
I'll give you some background as to my skepticism as to perhaps the forthrightness I've experienced dealing with Cynthia in the past. Back in 22, I had sent an email to the council expressing my concerns regarding the bias that had been demonstrated by one of the counselors in selection of the LCP committee. And at the time, I sent an email to Mark Ells and Cynthia, and I specifically asked that it be forwarded to all the counselors. A couple of days later, I reached out to a couple of counselors, said, "Oh, I'd be curious to get your thoughts." So I didn't see any email from Cynthia. And I said, "Well, I sent it and asked to be forwarded." So I reached out and asked Cynthia, "Did you forward that to the town council?" And I have her email where she says, "Yes, I did." And I said, "Well," I went and said, "Well, that's strange." So I asked a couple other counselors, said, "No, I never got an email from Cynthia." So I went back and said, "Well, did the email get sent?" "Oh, yes, I sent it." And I think on the second request, it was sent. So I just thought that was strange. So I did a FOIA request to the IT department. And I have a copy of the email that Cynthia sent to you, Paula Schnepp, and Jim Cohen, who was the subject of my concerns about the bias request, there was no email that was sent to the council. And I'll read to you the statement from Mr. Benoit in the IT department. Said, for second date in question, February 15, 2022, there was one email found which was forwarded your email. This email was forwarded by Ms. Lovell to 3 recipients: Council President Levesque, Council Vice President Schnepp, and Councilor Cullen. No other emails were forwarded. So after asking for that and being told, oh yes, I sent it, including the time and date, only to find out that there was no such email, it was only upon the second request. So that's given me some concern. I won't go into it, but there was another email April of that month. There were similar concerns, but this was the one that really kind of triggered it. That's given me some pause for concern in some of my dealings with Cynthia. I apologize, Cynthia, but that's what happened. So, and I can tell you, Matt, I can talk to, and you can bring in as many other counselors and people in town, if I'm my professional, that have the opposite opinion of your dealings. They think I've been nothing but forthright, straightforward, and respectful in my dealings with people. So that's my response to your comments.
I think.
And if you want, I have the receipt, the FOIA, if you'd like to see that to verify.
No, I was aware of the whole process. You know, Cynthia and I had discussed it. I'll keep that private, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, you opened the door, so.
no, I understand. No, I'm just, again, I'm just voicing my, again, from personal experience. And I just think it's important that, you know, it's shared, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's-
and I'm just responding, if you're gonna, you know, cast aspersions on my dealings, then I'm gonna respond. And I would love to get past that too, Matt.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see this committee accomplish what was set forward by the town council. I'm very thankful and appreciative of the council realizing and acknowledging the importance of zoning and putting together this committee. And I hope that we can. I know there's a lot of different views in this room, but I'd like to think we can put those and personal differences aside and work together to do what's in the best interest of the town. That's my desire.
Cynthia, would you, by the way, directed in any respect towards what emails you sent out in the past by the council?
The only thing I've ever done is if a email comes through from a constituent and it's addressed to the council and there's leadership involved, I send it to leadership first before it gets circulated to the whole council. That's the practice. It's been for 10 years. When I received a second email from Mr. Schulte asking why the email wasn't sent, I had still not heard to circulate it, but I circulated it anyway. That's how the second email happened. I still, to this day, will not circulate an email that's sent by a constituent unless the leadership has put their eyes on it and said forward. That's just the way it is. Felicia knows that. Matt knows that. Jim Crocker knew that. John Flores knew that. That's
You're
just
not
the way
giving
it is.
permission to forward that email
I guess my only
by
comment
the
to that,
leadership.
was it was interesting that Jim Cohen, who was the subject of the email, was copied along with the council.
Because it has to do with a certain counselor, they will get a copy of the complaint so that they have time to answer it. And you've also circumvented some other emails that, because I wouldn't copy a 241 document on today's council, you went around and emailed leadership and asked why I wouldn't do it. So it's not the first time. And it continues, and I don't appreciate it because I do my job very well. And I am a professional and I do care about this town and I don't hide information. I have no teeth in the fight and nor do I have a vote on anything that takes place, and that includes the appointments committee.
And just the record, I didn't prevent it from being sent out.
No, you did not. Council Mendes.
Okay.
I knew this was gonna happen. What happened 2 years ago, what happened 2 weeks ago, I don't care. Okay, from this point forward, let's just have some decorum. Let's do things the right way and go through the right system. That's it. Because if not, people just resign from the committee, from this committee.
Mhm.
And it will go nowhere, because I'll tell you right now, I'm too busy. I'm too tired, and I have too many things on my mind for foolishness. Either we're gonna use some decorum, we're gonna have some respect, and we're gonna do things the right way. I don't care who's chairman. I don't care about anything like that. The reason why I nominated Mr. Altman was because he has experience in all this. That's it. Okay? So either we're gonna do it the right way, we're gonna have some respect. We're not gonna berate staff for doing their job the way they were instructed to do it. And we're gonna get some stuff accomplished.
Well said.
Because this is, what's going on in town right now is tiring. It's tiring. Okay, you have people getting cast aspersions for doing what they think is right. If somebody has ulterior motives, that's something different. I can only speak for myself. Like I've said several times before, I'm several generations in this town. Nobody loves this town more than I do. Nobody wants to see this town prosper more than I do. Okay, I have more skin in the game in this than a lot of people. Because it's not only me, but my thousands of relatives in this town. All right, so either we're gonna have some decorum, we're gonna do things the right way. I'll tell you right now, I'll resign. Because I don't have time for foolishness. I don't. So let's get some work done. I don't care who's chair. Let's just do things the right way. That's all I care about. That's all I have to say.
Just wanted to tell you that this is the reason a number of us were elected, to do things finally the right way. Okay, you can make your statements about certain things that happened recently. Okay, but I don't hear you ever making statements about things that happened in the past.
What did I just say, Bob?
All I'm saying.
I'm sorry, what did I just say, John? I don't care what happened 2
Okay,
years
well,
ago.
I
I don't care
understand
what
your
happened 2
complaints
weeks
only
ago.
come within the last 6 months.
Excuse me?
Okay, and also you, Matt, okay, you shouldn't be casting aspersions with anybody's character.
Hold on a
You
minute.
have no place to stand.
Hold on a minute. First of all, did I say anything about you? Hold on.
Totally unhelpful.
Did I say
This is
anything
not
about
a
you? No,
good thing.
I specifically said, let's have some decorum and let's do things the right way.
I agree.
Did I say this one did this or that one did this? No, I
You
didn't.
don't have to do that.
No, I didn't.
It's
Ridiculous.
a motion on the floor.
It's a motion on the
It's been
floor. Let's
seconded.
move.
I guess we just keep the conversation to that, and then you can move on.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Mr.
Unanimous,
Schulte,
that
you
was
are the
great.
chair. The only thing I ask, Mr. Schulte, is if you could just read the purpose for this committee, the charge, which is in your folder, just so that everybody knows what the committee is looking at.
Purpose of this committee, it will be to work with the town's planning and development staff to review and reassess recently adopted zoning changes, review the town's use of regulatory agreements, and make recommendations to the council.
Are you ready?